So are we starting?
Okay. Yes, we are. We're on live now.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. We can see that there are. Thank you for joining us. We'll leave the floor to our assistant now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are now. So this webinar is actually for talking more with you about the new features in our database and try to answer any questions or inquiries you might have. So we will start it by introduction of the Scoopy International team. So each one of us should say his name or her name, nationality, position, and then reply to a question if you will live alone in an isolated island for the rest of your life, and you have to choose between Kim Kardashian and Justin Bieber as only person to stay with you, whom you will choose. So maybe you can start with our amazing Scoopy director.
Why would it be me? Okay, guys. The current Scoopy director. I'm from Morocco. And, well, if I should believe in either Kim Kardashian or Justin Bieber, I prefer to die instead of living with them. Sorry. We can go with Basma.
Hi guys, so I'm Basma Al-Hamr. I'm Moroccan and I'm the regional assistant for the UMAR. And if I have to choose between them, I think I will choose to find the island where Omar will be and just join him and leave them in their own island.
Okay, so we can. Maud, can you please go?
Yeah, sure. All right, guys. So hi, I'm the Scopy RA for Europe, and I am from the Netherlands. And yes, the hard question: if I would live alone on an island with one person, who would it be? To answer it seriously, it would just be Justin Bieber, but that's just because he's a guy.
Okay, thank you, Maud. So now we can go with the Chioma.
Hello guys, I'm Chioma Abugo, the regional assistant for Africa. I'm from Nigeria, but I school in Ghana. And to the question, if I'm supposed to choose between Justin Bieber and Kim Kardashian, I think I might just kill myself or something. But if I'm really, 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 really forced, then I think I'll choose Justin Bieber. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chioma. So now with Safrina. Can you please go on? Safrina?
Okay, sorry guys. Hi, I'm Safrina and I'm the Scopy Regional Assistant for Asia Pacific. Yeah, I'm from Indonesia and I'm currently in my 4th year in medical school. And yeah, and unfortunately I cannot join this training until the end because I'm having a final exams tomorrow. So I hope tonight you'll enjoy this webinar training. Thanks.
Thank you, Safrina. And now, Rodrigo, are you here? Rodrigo? Can you please say your name, position, and answer the question? Rodrigo, can you hear us?
Hey guys, are you listening?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're listening you. Can you say your name, nationality, position, and if you are staying in an island? If you're staying in an island for the rest of your life and you have to choose.
Rodrigo Enrique Roa, I'm from Brazil.
Rodrigo, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm hearing. Are you listening?
Yeah, we're listening. Can you say your name, nationality, position, and if you're staying in an island? If you're staying in an island for the rest of your life and you have to choose.
Rodrigo Enrique Roa, I'm from Brazil.
Yes.
exchange rate.
Okay, so can you answer this question? If you are staying in isolated island for the rest of your life and you have to choose between Kim Kardashian and Justin Bieber to live with you?
King Kardashian, of course.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you, Rodrigo. So finally, for me, my name is Amr Dia. I'm a fifth-year medical student from IFMC Egypt, and I'm working as Scoopy General Assistant this term. I'm now taking care mainly with the database together with Omar, Scoopy Director. And if I answer the question, I'll be the same as Rodrigo, for sure, Kim Kardashian, and I'll be like really happy with it. So guys, now we are done with the introduction. Please make sure that if you have any questions during the webinar, you have a question and answer button where you can just type any question you have, and we will make sure to answer at the end of the webinar for all your questions. Yeah, so I think now we can proceed to the next point of our webinar, which is the Scoopy IT plan concerning the database, and what will be our main points and our main actions for the database during the next period in the term. So yeah, so as you can see in our annual working plan, the first point is to have a functional and finalized Exchange database on ifmsa.org. First thing we can do that we will, like now we are collecting all the bugs and all the errors that you report and try to communicate them to the company to make sure that they are fixed by the March meeting. So hopefully by the March meeting everything will be fixed. Second point is to make database training manuals for you, for your layers, and for the students. And fortunately, we are done with this point, and we have already shared them with you during the last days. So I hope they are helpful for you. After that, the third point will be regarding the Exchange student reports, and this actually was a small working group during the March meeting for like collecting reports from the students to be shared on the website. And we have already talked about it during our Scoopy IT online meeting, and we have shared the minutes of this meeting with you, like how we can proceed with it, and we will send for sure later about the details for it. Fourth is about the frequently asked questions. It was also a small working group, and it was like menus collecting all the frequently asked questions by the NAUs, layers, and the students. And it will be also implemented in our new database. We are now reviewing the frequently asked questions, and we'll be contacting the company very soon to implement it. Yes, and for the final point, we'll be also assessing with the company the possibility of maybe having a mobile application for Explore pages. But this, I think, we will not start with it until after the March meeting. So now our main priority and the most urgent thing is fixing all the errors and bugs and so on. So yes, this was for the first point of our webinar about our Scoopy IT plan for the database during the next period. The next point of our webinar is talking about the new features in this database and the new functions that you should know, you and your layers, in order to make it easier for you. So maybe we can go now to Omar. He has a screenshot, and he's sharing his screen with you, so you can see everything. Omar?
Yeah. Thank you for presenting the Scope International team plan. Okay. I'll be sharing my screen. As you know, to access the database, you have to go to org/exchange, and then you log on either the new panel, layer panel, or students panel. So there are some few things to talk with you about and to present you. Just we will only focus on the features in this new database. For all the other things will be using in the database and how to use this database to access them in the manual on the student and National Exchange Officer database manuals that have last week. And if you don't have them, just make an email, so we will be sharing them with you. That you can count is your profile. You can see a National Exchange Officer panel, and you can see a button, update the profile. Because it is important for you to actually, all the information in that profile are updated. Many things are automatically taken and are used in other places in the data. The most important thing that you have to remember here is that if you're a National Exchange Officer, it is mandatory and to upload your signature over here, because this signature is important for the invitation letters. Otherwise, if you do not upload in your profile, all the invitation letters will not be your students. So make sure you update. Then the next thing, officers. So again, on the left side on your exchange officer, you have this animal officer panel. You can actually search for exchange officers or other local exchange officers. If I'm the National Exchange Officer looking for the National Exchange Officer, let's say Bulgaria, just choose here new, and then the animal that is firm, and you will have the NEO of Bulgaria along with, and same goes for the LEOs. So if you look at your own LEOs, like the email address of, for example, just choose the LEO and then the NMO and then the local committee, and you confirm, and then you will have the name with their email address. And date this profile. For example, if you would like to update the information, or you can delete. The thing that is also very much important is that if you would account for your other National Exchange local exchange officer, you have these two an account. So for example, if you your Leo local exchange officer, you click here on your Leo, all the information right here. So for example, you choose, and then you choose the local committee, the other information. And more officers. Now to focus on the new features that we have, I'll present you the exchange conditions. So from the National Exchange Officer panel of season, the exchange conditions now in the new database. So for example, you can see that they are split in 3 sections. We have the look like section first, with all the information about the. You can see that they are split in 3 sections. We have the look like section first, with all the. I just asked Ahmed to cut his microphone because sorry for that. So I'll continue. So for the exchange conditions, we have 3 sections. first change look like, and then we have all the information about the working conditions of the animal, the local committees of that animal, along with their calendar, available months for these local committees of this animal. So all the information, and then the second section is how to arrange all the information about when to send the application form should be sent as well, etc. And then additional information. So that there are some information that I would like to share with you things. First, about the documents. So 3 types of documents: the standard document, and then the upon arrival documents. Basically, all the documents that are required in committees. The special documents that are maybe required, but just in committees, not all the local committees. So basically, they have to be sending all the documents. They have to upload them all. But regarding the special documents, it depends. Like, it might be necessary where the student will be placed. So they'll upload the special documents when officer asks them to do that. And then you have the upon arrival documents. So the upon arrival documents all be taken, have to take to the first day of the exchange in a paper format. Two other the standard documents. So now we offer the students 2 choices: all the documents with their application form, a document they can send their application form first, the rest of the documents later on in their card of documents. And that option is all exchange officer. So for example, if you see here the let's say the passport copy document is required to be sent with the application. So if the student does not upload the passport copy, the student tries to send his application error saying that it is not the application form without uploading the passport copy first. But for example here, the line means there is not this option, there is not this requirement, which means send his application form without uploading this document, and then he can just upload this during the procedure when as this document. We're only doing that actually because it is not really, it's not that easy for this. For example, 7 months before an exchange, we're talking about, we're giving the student this opportunity, their documents after sending the application form later on. Besides of that, there is also the deadline of sending. For example, we can see here that the deadline for sending this application. So when the student form and tries to send it, to respect this deadline. So for example, the deadline for Italy is 3 months, which means that the application at least 3 months before start. For example, now we are in December, and I would like to send my application form to do an exchange in Italy, is like just in 1 month, we get an error message saying that the deadline for sending the application form, are you sure you would like to proceed with that? Because most probably be with minimum, except if there is like a special agreement. Two things that are important to know here in the exchange condition. Another tool that had this past week is the explore pages. Some of you guys have been asking us about the explore pages available. So now we have it, and we will send you an email soon about how to proceed with that. But just look at the explore pages, your own explore pages. Obviously, all the explore pages, and if you would like to edit your explore page, you can already start doing that if you would like to. Edited, for instance, the name, the LCs participating, so the local committee. This information cannot be edited by you, but you have to do that. But just look at the explore pages. Okay, I'm just asking your own explore pages. Obviously, all the explore pages, and if you would like. Okay. Pages for the LCs participating. Sorry guys, it seems like there's a error. Sorry. It's for the issue. Okay, I'm sorry for the issue. If you missed anything, just make sure to, and I'll make sure to repeat it. But I get in right now. So just you have to edit all the information. Information cannot be directly edited by you. But then, if you would like to edit, for example, the LC status, because this information is automatically taken from our local committees. You also have the links for each conditions of Skopje and Skori, like the exchange officers, the NEOs and NORIs. This information is taken directly from the data animal officers panel that I just showed you right that you can access here. So if there is, just make sure, for example, there are some tests to delete them so they don't show up over here. Yeah, as I said before, anyway, I will send you an email so this information later on. Besides that, I'll be going pretty quickly that most probably you're already used. You're already using it. So the first thing, as you know, probably sign a contract according to the months. If you agreed with Argentina to send a student in July, so that student is your outgoing, accept your student in July, which means that when you assign outgoing month, you have to choose July. But if you choose July, that means your student will only be able to fill a form and choose July as change plus minus 2 weeks, which means for be choosing a period in his application form, 10th of June until the 14th of August. So make sure to remember that if you're signing a contract, it has you can only use it for the have to cancel it. But in here in the panel in the contract act received, there is a possibility to actually exchange the remarks. So for example, if you go to the contracts I received, so if you receive the contract request and approve it or refuse, so for example, if for example asked you to sign 3 contracts, you can just change it, and if you would like to change something, and then the request will be sent back to El Salvador, edit the request, and then send you another. Also the remark button for you to read all the remarks. You can also choose how many contracts you would like to pull. If El Salvador requests to sign 3 contracts, you can, for example, just choose, and then you can click on accept over here, and only one signed. Yeah, so that is it for the control. I will show you 2 more things before leaving the floor to Amari. Mainly now it's about the downloading feature that we have. Talking about the local exchange officers. So here you can see that there is this XL, which means that you can download here all the in Excel sheet. So for example, download this information, the filter. You would like to download all the information from the 16 exchange season, but you only want to download the information of okay, let's see, Roma, and then you would like only to download all the consent CAs. So you click, it will give you all the application forms that meet these requirements of the field. Now, if I click on XLS, it will download all these information, this filtered information in an Excel sheet. And then I'll share it with you. Okay, where is it? Okay, it's over here.
Okay.
So I'll sheet that is shared with you. So here, okay. So the Excel sheet that you can download and organized. You have these students, and then you have all the information that you, the application form, but also from the CAs and also of confirmation, etc. As you can see over here. Yeah, that's it. I will leave the floor now to Amr.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Omar, so much. And sorry, guys, if my lovely face was the one in the screen and not Omar's screen at some point, but we don't know how to fix it. But I think now it's fixed, so we are really sorry about this. Okay, so now we will proceed with the new features in the database. I think you can even open your database, because I don't need to share my screen, and I'm really not sure how I can make it the main screen. So you can just open your database to follow if you need. So for the outgoing section, as the old database, you know that there is an option to download each application form or each card of acceptance. Yeah, okay, just one moment. I I would share my screen just in case. So
Yeah, actually, Amma, you can share your screen.
okay.
I just figured out that it was actually my fault. It would be shared.
Okay.
And mean of people with Rodrigo. Hello. to share your screen.
Okay, so is it working now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So we were talking now about the outgoing section in the database. So if you choose your outgoings, there is also an option that was in the old database. It was developed like recently that you can download each application form and each card of acceptance. If you just click on view BTF, so like this, it will be just downloaded and you can see everything, the exchange contract information, the person sharing information, everything the same as the application form. Yeah, after that, something else which is new in this database is the info column in each application form for your outgoings. So actually you have two things in this info column. First, you have a link to the exchange conditions for the hosting NMO, so you can check the required documents and any deadlines for the sending of the application form and so on. Plus, you can also see the number of documents which are uploaded.
Seems like we kind of lost Amma. While I'm going to take over. Share my screen with you again. Okay, so as Amma was saying, your outgoing panel, you have the info column that is right the exchange conditions of the hosting NMO. Also, normally the contact information of the there should be a link, and we'll be adding it very soon. And then you can see how many documents have been uploaded by the students. So it automatically how many documents have to be and it gives you an overview about how many documents uploaded, so you can follow up with the student to make sure that they upload all the documents that they need. Besides of that, you also can see a lot of just to show you these features over here, and then you also have, and this line is about whether this the application form to the students or not. So as you to application forms have not. Okay. Besides of that, there is also another thing that is the amount of unilateral contract. So, for example, if I choose here type unilateral, so these are, and here you can see the amount of unilateral fee has been signed. So, for example, this contract is unilateral contract fee is 300. You can see that for the other ones, it's about 0. That means mainly that this contract, as in the old database, we didn't have the option. So instead, we were signing unilateral contract with 0 fees. Now you can actually proceed to do that. Besides of that, the feature which is about the late application form. So now, as I told you before, fill it out. It is linked to the form that is mentioned in the exchange condition. So if you do not respect that deadline, the form will be marked as late application form. You will not be punished for that. At the hosting you is this was a late application form, and they may not. Other than that, you also have the option as your especially for the also local exchange officers. A late CA is since that has not been sent at least 8 weeks before the exchange. Just to let you know that when you have a late Cutover acceptance, this line is red, but then when the Cutover acceptance only 1 week to be late, it will be marked 4. So first you have pink when it's 1, and then it is marked in red when I'm not sure, guys, perfectly. I really hope you do. Just back in the questions and answers. If you have been well, please make sure to post a question there to answer your questions or panel 3 highlight. The first to the invitation letters. Here you can see that you can make a letter by the students. So you can click here if you would like to make that accessible by the students, so the students can download it. You send your card of acceptance. You have the option to would like to send the card of acceptance with or without the invitation letter. So you can actually before sending the CA or after sending the CA. So you would like to send it. Besides of that, you can also mark the exchange over here. This is a new feed. You can mark the exchange whether successfully or if it has been complete, the department changed, and then if you choose that option, you have to new department. If the student, etc. When you mark the exchange, national exchange officer or local exchange officer, the exchange accepting your comment or refusing it. And another option is that the card of acceptance by 2 sections, which means that your card of acceptance is ready. You can either to send it all into 2 sections. So for example, you send first section that is about that contains the information and the hosting, and then later you can send all the rest of the information. So there is also an information for you to keep when you send, whether you would like to send your or you send it via two sections. For all the information that we want all the new features that we have in the database. I don't know if we have any questions or any answers. You guys can share with us all your questions, or if you didn't understand anything, just send us a question. In your page answers button, you can send us your questions. I went to Amr if he would like to. Amr, just as an information, I didn't, but so I took over and I finished all the points to talk about.
Okay, thank you so much, Omar. So now I think we finished all the new features for the new database, right? So regarding the questions, I have just checked now my email for a question from Tommaso, the NEO of System Italy. So the question is regarding if you for example is putting a certain filter, and then you are making a search, and then you are doing any action like sending a CA or sending an application form, and then you are reloading the page, you will find all the filter search is reset and disappears. So you just have to do everything again from the beginning and do again the filters. And this was actually already reported before also by Gregor, the NEO of IFMSA Serbia. So yeah, we are aware of this point, and we have already sent it to the company, and for sure it shouldn't be working like this. So I don't really know exactly when it can be fixed, but the company is now working on it as one of the most urgent errors to be fixed. So we're expecting it to be fixed very soon. So I mean, I'm sure, I know that now you don't have many application forms and part of acceptance and everything, but later on you will have many of them, so it will be impossible for you to do the filters every time again. So don't worry about it. It will be like very soon. I can't give a certain date, but very soon it will be fixed, and we will update you on the server and the Facebook groups about the new improvements. So expect this one to be one of the very new improvement in the database very soon. Okay, so do we have any other questions? Maybe Maud or
now that you
Asma
have been talking. Okay. Meanwhile, seen reading the question and answers. I haven't seen any. I've only seen some comments from some news, especially hello Patrick. I'm sorry if you haven't been able to hear me, but I just hope you have still been able to understand what I've been saying. Oh, and then Amma can take over and explain the point. Just make sure to say it. Yeah, and hello Diogo, and then from like the new news from IFMC Brazil. Okay, if any of you guys, make sure to send it over by clicking a question answers in the screen. We have a question about the postponement. how to do that in the unused incoming is left. So if you can go through that. And we cannot hear you. You have to.
Yeah. Okay. You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, we are sorry for missing this point in the new features of the database, but yeah, we can say it now. Just one moment. I will share my screen. Okay. So for the unused application forms, as you remember in the old database, there was no postponing or cancellation function, so you have to like sign a new unilateral contract with zero fees, which was not really functioning normally. So in this new database, now we have the possibility, if you are opening an unused application form, you have three possibilities: whether to give it to a local committee, assign it to a local committee to go to the outgoing section, or to cancel the application form. So you will send a cancel request to the NMO so to accept it, so the application form is cancelled and then it's deleted from the unused application forms, or to postpone the application form to the next season if there's an agreement between you and the name of the other NMO. So in that case, you have three options. You have first to choose, like for example, the first contract with between Piro and IFMC Egypt. So first you can give it to an LC by click on give LC and then choose LC and say give to LC, or you can do a cancel or postpone by also checking in this checkbox, like cancel, for example, this contract with Iran, and then you have to click here cancel. So by this, there is a cancel request which is sent to EMSA Iran, and then Iran can accept or refuse the contract, and if they refuse it, they should send an explanation why they refuse it. So when you open it, yeah, so you'll find that there is already a request for the cancellation of this unused application form sent from IFMC Egypt to EMSA Iran, and you have the possibility to cancel the request. So if you have like another agreement with RNA or something, you can cancel your postponing or your cancellation request. So in that case, the request has been cancelled. And in case, like for example, for the first unused application form, it's already postponed to the next season. So in that case, you will find the unused application form also in the unused, like you will find it with the status postponed in the column postponed, just to be able to track the application form, like to know what happened to it, whether it's postponed or cancelled. While if you open the unused application form for the next season, you will find that there is a new unused application form is created as it's postponed, but it's still there. It will not disappear because you can track it and know what happened for it, if it's postponed or it's cancelled or whatever. So yes, I think this is for the unused application form and the cancellation postponing function. Is there something else is missing that need to be explained, or any new questions we have?
Okay, I haven't seen any question. I guess that we can just webinar and still watch it later on YouTube, the IFMC YouTube channel. You can watch that. Still, if you have any question later on, just make sure to mail, and make sure also these manuals that we shared with you last explains all the steps to work with the database. Yeah, that's it, I guess, from my side. I'm a original team, actually. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, like I think for the database we are done now. I'm not sure if we can talk about something else or like like an ending for this webinar. Yeah, maybe on the gossips, as you said, Omar, now. So yeah, maybe someone of the Scoopy International team can start this. Maybe someone of the people who didn't speak. Maybe Maud, Basma, Chioma, Rodrigo.
We were thinking just for 5 more minutes that we actually promised you to have a guest at the end of this webinar. You guys
Hey guys, who
have
wants Polish
any
vodka?
question?
Hey!
To remind you that prohibited during IFMC meetings.
Actually, we might say
Okay,
something
so
like a
as we
gossip
like
about.
to,
We can say a gossip about Rodrigo, which is something for the international team, that Rodrigo sometimes in our international team is just attending the meeting while naked and not wearing any t-shirts.
Yeah.
okay, Rodrigo, would you like to
What else, Rodrigo?
end you?
Maybe Basma can
Rodrigo?
share her experience in the date. Basma went on a date this week, great guys.
Oh. No idea what you're talking about. I was studying.
Studying. Hi guys, I'm the new out of FMC Brazil. Hello.
Yeah, she's taking over Diego's position.
Yes.
Oh.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
My name is Thais. I'm the new in.
From FMC Japan.
No, not Japan. FMC Brazil.
Okay, nice to meet you, girls.
Rodrigo.
I hope very soon.
What?
I can't.
I hope
Omar is speaking.
for the March meeting.
And Mauro is over there too. Look.
Okay.
He's.
Oh.
Hi, Mauro.
Basma.
Okay, just as an information.
Mauro is saying that he's in this Korean IT meeting this moment, so he cannot join us.
Tell him to say hi to Safe.
Yeah.
Cool.
The news
We
party.
can conclude this.
Yeah, maybe
Ahmed?
something else just before concluding the meeting. We can, like, there was a forum chaired by Glegor, and I think Maud also, she has access to it, about the like suggestions people can suggest how they would see the banner, the Scoopy banner in the photos. And like, as far as I heard, that there are many like interesting like suggestions about how the Scoopy banner, how can we take the photo. So maybe if Glegor is here, he can just write like about some of these answers, or maybe Maud if she has access to the form. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's just Glegor.
Well, I'm most probably sure that depends on how to use the Scopy banner. Include a lot of nude pictures. Like most probably sure that's at least what Gligor. So Gligor, good luck with that. we are expecting all the pictures. Just that.
Okay. Okay, so I think just to make it short and not to like take more than we should, because now it's yeah, we can just conclude everything. So first, we are really sorry if we have any like technical errors or something with sharing the screen, or the internet is not perfect all the time. We are just trying. Maybe this is our first webinar, so maybe for our next webinars we are going to like improve and be like have perfect webinars. So yeah, just as a conclusion for our first Scoopy webinar actually, and it's about the database. We already first talked about our plan for the next period regarding how we are going to proceed with the database. So like the main highlight of this plan, that by the March meeting you should expect that we will not have any more errors on the database or any more bugs that will like be an obstruction for you in your work. Regarding all the new features for the database and like the features that are still not working perfectly, for example, the evaluation forms and assessing all the evaluation forms, statistics, and everything, they are still they will start working on them after the March meeting, after we are done with all the errors and the bugs. And then furthermore, we talked about the new features in the database. I hope it's clear for everyone. I'm really sorry about just seeing my face at like some time while Omar was speaking about the new features. I'm really sorry for this. So you can just text us at any time if you have any questions regarding the new features, and I'm sure they are explained in details in the manuals. So if you just have any questions, you can just check the manual and you can send to us for sure. Yeah, and after that we answered like some of the questions, which are not really many questions. Yeah, but it was great. And we also would like you to know that this will not be the last webinar for us as Scoopy International team. We're going to have more webinars. Like we were discussing in our international team, that maybe we'll have one webinar each month, or like each period of time. So we will have a webinar about the academic quality and recognition, like we were discussing it in the Scoopy International team. The date is not confirmed yet, but it will be around 5th of January or something. Maybe we will send you an email later to like give you the specific date about it. Okay, there's a question from, yeah, Omar is saying that there's a question from Tommaso. I think it's the same one, right? That I replied to, or it's another one?
I'm not sure. Yeah, there is a question that has been by Tommaso, the new incoming. Sorry, Tommaso, I've just seen it right now. Asking that every time he sends our application form or whatever, like the filters are, and the data, the page is loaded, so it takes a lot of time for his cut of acceptances. But just to add something else to that, so we will fix that. Meanwhile, when you're sending your cut of acceptance or on the database, just make sure to press on your laptop and then click on send. A new page will be opened, and have to your own page where you're doing the stuff is not going to be reloaded. So just make sure to press Control, and on all the CAs that you would like to send would normally work for you. So on via email, how this is working for you.
Yeah.
Side.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Omar, so much. So yeah, thank you for all the audience for joining us for this webinar. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we hope that this webinar will help you more with using the new database. And maybe we just try to like give you a very brief about the new features and how we can work on our new database. Yeah, Omar just asking if I have already mentioned that we are going to have another webinar in the beginning of January. Yeah, so that's it for me. I think I think we are done. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and we hope that you enjoyed it. And maybe Anyone of the Scoopy International team would like to add something or just say goodbye?
Let's say goodbye. Thank you, guys. Sorry for the technical
Thank you.
error. We hope you'll be joining us for the next
Goodbye,
webinar.
everyone.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.